Robs me of my rest. Love, hopeless love, my ardent soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on me chest, and weaves itself into my midnight slumbers. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge you without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedposts conspired of usual slumber to plunder you. But your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, and your sheep slips demurely from under you. Next the blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles, so terribly sharp as the pricking. And your heart when you cross and you tumble and toss it, and that the mixed you in the ticking. Next the beetles are creep to the ground in a heap, so you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle, where you get your repose in the form of toes with hot eyeballs and head ever aching. But your slumbering scenes with such horrible dreams that you very much better be waking. For you dreaming of crossing the channel and tossing around on a steamer from Paddock, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage, and you're giving a treat, any icy cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous port, and they all came on board of someone's way on South Kensington stations. And bound on your journey, you find your attorney who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized, and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. We're driving mad with a singular lad by the ship's now four-wheeler, and you're playing round games, and he calls you bad names, and you tell him that ties pay the dealer. But this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand, and you find her as cold as an icicle, and your shirt and his socks blood so good broadcast in Salisbury playing on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which is somehow or other invested in, and he's spelling the titles of the particulars of the company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices on food and cut mixes to cables, which tickle the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get a good space and two planners will train. First take off his boots in a boot tree, and his legs will take root, and his fingers will shoot till they blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the green grass a tree with grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pine, apple, and cranberries, while the pastry rock, plant, cherry, brandy will brand apple, parsley, corners, and banberries. The shares of a penny and ever so many are taken by Rothschild bearing, and just as a few were allotted to you, awake with a shout of despair. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore for your heads on the floor, for you've needles and pins from your soles and issues, and a face with a creep and a lay to the sea, and a crime in your toes, and a fly in your nose, and a flap in your lung, and a feverish tongue, and a thirst that's intense, and a general sense that you haven't been sleeping.